This lesson is Solve Exponents Equation Part 3. Here we have an example where the power is a fraction. So to get rid of these fractions, we have to flip it. So one more time, to get rid of these fractions, we have to flip the fractions. So instead of 2/3, we will do 3/2. And if you do to one side, you have to also do to the other side. So one more time. To get rid of these fractions, we have to flip the fractions. So instead of 2/3, it becomes 3/2. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side as well. Okay. Next, this part right here will be go away. Okay. So this whole thing right here where I am circling, they will go away. So all I have left is just 2x minus 3, which is what I have down here. So one more time. To get rid of these fractions, multiply the reverse, flip it, so 3/2, and then do the same thing to the right side as well. This part right here where I am circling, they will go away, disappear, and then all I have left is just 2x minus 3. Now 4 to the 3/2, I'm going to work on the side right here. Here's the work on the side. So how did 4 to the 3/2 becomes 8? Okay, so here's the work on the side. So the bottom number go inside, top number go outside. Bottom number right here, this 2, go inside, top go outside. Since this is a 2, so it is a square root. So square root 4, which becomes 2. Don't forget the 3. And since we are square root and this number is an even number right here, this number is an even, we must put positive and negative. Okay, and then 2 to the 3rd will give me 8. Don't forget the plus and the minus. One more time. The bottom inside, the top outside. The 2 go inside, the 3 go outside. This is a 2, so it is a square root, and since it is even, you must put plus and minus. So square root 4 gives me 2. 2 to the 3rd power gives me 8. Don't forget the plus and the minus. So 4 to the 3/2 power is 8. And don't forget the plus and the minus. Next, we want to get rid of this 3, so add 3 to both sides. Bring down the 2x. Now here we have plus and minus, so we have to separate them out by positive and negative. So positive 8 plus 3 gives me this 11. Negative 8 plus 3 gives me this negative 5. One more time. 8, positive 8 plus positive 3 gives me 11. Negative 8 plus 3 gives me negative 5. Okay, and then divide by 2, which gives me 11/2. Divide by 2 gives me negative 5/2. Okay, so this is our answer to the problem up here. So be very careful. When I have fractions power, you will flip the power. And whatever you do to one side, 3/2, do the same thing to the other side as well, to the right side. Okay, this part right here will go away. All I have left is just 2x minus 3. And then the work for 4 to the 3/2 power, it's over here. The bottom number inside, top number outside. This is a 2 square root. Since it is a square root, make sure it is an even power. Since it is an even power, plus and minus. Okay. Next example, very similar to it, but this time there's a negative. So first things, we flip the power, so instead of 2/3, it becomes 3/2. Since it is 2/3, flip it, becomes 3/2. But there's a minus, so bring the minus with you. One more time, flip the 2/3, which becomes 3/2. There's a minus, so bring the minus with you. So whatever you do to one side, do the same with the right side. So negative 3/2, over here negative 3/2. Okay. This part right here where I am circling will disappear, so all I have left is x plus 1/2. Now 4 to the negative 3/2, the work is on the side right here. Since I have negative power, you will rewrite it as 1 over the original problem and the negative go away. One more time. When I have negative power, I will write 1 over the original problem and the negative go away. And then 4 to the 3 over 2, which I did earlier up here, which is the same problem. Okay, so 2 go inside, 3 go outside. Square root of 4, which is 2 because it's even. Don't forget the plus and the minus. 2 to the third is 8. Again, plus and minus. So the whole thing becomes 1 over 8 plus and minus. Okay, so 1 over 8 plus and minus. Okay, so this whole thing right here becomes 1 over 8 plus and minus. Where did I get the 1 over 8? The work is over here. Next, bring the 1/2 over, the 1 over 2 over, so subtract. Okay, so now split it up, 1 on the left, 1 on the right. You got plus 1/8 minus 1 over 2, negative 1/8 minus 1 over 2. Plus 1/8 minus 1 over 2, minus 1/8 minus 1 over 2, which is over here. One more time. Plus 1/8 minus 1 over 2, minus 1/8 minus 1 over 2, which is on the right side. Okay? And then we do the cross multiply so that I can get the same denominator. Okay? So 1 times 2 gives me 2. 1 times 8 gives me 8 with the work right here. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 8 is 8. Don't forget the negative. Bottom multiply. 8 times 2 gives me 16. 2 subtract 8 gives me 6. So negative 6 and reduce it becomes negative 3 over 8. Do the same thing over here. Cross multiply. Negative 1 times 2, negative 2. 8 times 1 gives me 8. Don't forget this negative. Under multiply. 8 times 2 gives me 16. Negative 2 plus negative 8 gives me negative 10. Reduce it becomes negative 5 over 8. So these are the two answers to the original problems. Okay, so one more time. If my power is a fractions, flip it. If there's a negative, bring the negative with you. Okay, so be very careful with fraction power.